Hey everyone, and welcome to another top 5. I'm Adam, and this week I'm going to be listing off my top 5 favourite changes in Destiny 2, starting with visuals. Destiny 1 was a really pretty game when it released, but it was hindered on the PS4 and Xbox One because of the PS3 and 360 versions that released alongside it. Destiny 2 doesn't have that restriction anymore, and it really shows. Everything's a lot crisper and everything's just a little nicer. There's loads more alpha effects and stuff, and it just looks so much prettier. The animations have also been improved, especially in cutscenes, but more on those later. The only thing I found that doesn't have a very good animation is the chickens in the farm social space. They're just really janky. Crucible. When it was first announced that Crucible was reducing its player count from 6-a-side to 4-a-side, I was a little concerned because I thought less players would be less fun. But after putting a few hours into it, I can definitely say that it's one of the best changes that they've done. In most of the matches that I've played so far, all 4 of us have teamed up really well without any communication. The few times that it's not happened, we've lost miserably, but that's okay because the majority has been pretty good fun. One change I'm not too fond of is that instead of selecting a specific game mode that you want to play like in Destiny 1, you choose either the quick play or competitive playlists, which then chooses a random game mode for you to play per match. Changes to the weapon classes. In Destiny 1 you had 3 different types of weapons: primary, special, and heavy. Primary weapons were your auto rifles, scout rifles, pulse rifles, and hand cannons. Special weapons were shotguns, fusion rifles, sniper rifles, and sidearms, and heavy weapons were rocket launchers, machine guns, and swords. In Destiny 2 we have kinetic weapons, which are your standard weapons, energy weapons, which have an element connected to them, and power weapons, which are basically heavy weapons with a couple of changes. Both kinetic and energy weapons can be auto rifles, pulse rifles, hand cannons, scout rifles, sidearms, or 2 new weapon types, submachine guns or trace rifles, though that's currently only the Cold Heart exotic. Power weapons are exactly the same as heavy weapons in the first game, plus sniper rifles, shotguns, and the new grenade launchers. I love the fact that you can run around with 2 auto rifles, and whilst I was a little concerned that you won't be able to get that much power ammo, it does drop quite frequently in the game. Better patrols. Patrols in Destiny 1 allowed you to explore a location on each of the planets and do certain activities. They were alright if you had a mission that involved going on a patrol, but they did get really boring after a while, even with the addition of the Court of Oryx in the Taken King and the Archon's Forge in Rise of Iron. Destiny 2 has made doing patrols a lot more enticing with the introduction of lost sectors and adventures. Lost sectors are basically little mini dungeons that are dotted around the map that you go and do, and you clear out a boss and then you get really good loot at the end. And adventures are fully voiced missions that add more to the lore and give you something to do in between missions or once you've finished the story. There's also a map which shows where and when public events are going to happen, which is a huge help because in Destiny 1 you had to go on a website that wasn't even run by Bungie and it wasn't accurate at all, and you just had to rely on that. But the fact that this is now in the game is absolutely fantastic. The story. One of the weakest parts of Destiny 1 was definitely the story. The base game really didn't have one and it was really disappointing, but there was still just enough there to keep players interested until the release of The Taken King, which finally did add a cohesive story and was really good, to be fair. However, Rise of Iron took it a step back and the story was really short and super underdeveloped, but I can see why it is now because Destiny 2 is absolutely fantastic story-wise. The villain, Dominus Ghoul, is menacing, has very clear motivations, the cutscenes are really well animated and have loads of character in them, and you finally get to see the Vanguard in action. The opening mission is absolutely fantastic and you see both the power of the Vanguard and of Ghoul, and it really sets the stage for the rest of the game. That's it for this list. Let me know what your favourite things about Destiny 2 are in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe if you haven't done already and hit the bell, because then you can get notifications on every single video that we upload here on the N.A.M.E channel. See you next time.